The reason why I picked lessons to learn from traveling is because I've kind of been around the U.S. and around I've been into Australia, so it's just kind of something I've kind of grew up to love. Over the past couple years, I've been around the U.S. and today I'm going to talk about 5 places that I've learned, 5 lessons that I've learned from the 5 places I've actually been to around the world. And the reason why I love to travel is because it escapes the reality of your life. You know, we're told to go to college, we're told to get a job right out of college, we're told to get married, we're told to have kids, and sometimes you need an escape from that reality. And you know, I also believe that traveling does kind of teach you life lessons that you're gonna stick with for the rest of your life. And I feel like being self-taught is better than being taught by someone else. And that's why I've chosen this topic. So, 5 places I've been: South Carolina, Hilton Head Resort, Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, Port Macquarie, Australia, Grand Haven, Michigan, and Wichita, Kansas. So to start off, South Carolina, I was visiting my brother-in-law's family up there at a resort, and this, to kind of explain where I was basically on a swamp. So it was very humid. There was alligators everywhere, laying everywhere, just randomly. And it kind of taught me to enjoy the small things in life. That, you know, we were in these little tiny huts. We weren't in this lavish kind of house. There was no TVs. There was bad service. So just hanging out with my family taught me to like enjoy the small things in life. And you don't need lavish items to keep yourself entertained, but just yourself and the people around you that care about you. Moving on, so Port Macquarie, Australia, I traveled 16 hours. It was a 16-hour flight. It was 5 connecting flights. And the reason why I went there is because my brother actually was actually a professional water skier, and he was teaching professional Australian skiers up there. And he also started up a new business, basically a water park business. Now in Australia, they do not have any water parks at all. So this is completely new to the Australia kind of way things are done down there. And the life lesson that I got to learn, basically, so traveling, 16 hours on a flight by yourself, not knowing anyone, not being with anyone, it kind of taught me to actually embrace my solo traveling experience. And you're not actually alone ever. You meet so many new people. You introduce yourself to people. You say goodbye to people. People are constantly helping you getting through that traveling experience. And trust me, I don't think anyone can not be nervous traveling internationally. I mean, it's scary stuff. I mean, I've heard so many stories and so many stuff like that. So I just feel like embracing your solo traveling experience kind of matures you in a way. And it matured me a lot because I didn't rely on anyone else to do it. I relied on myself, not everyone else. So moving on. So Grand Haven, Michigan, I was celebrating my grandpa's 95th birthday. And the one thing that I vividly remember and is my most fondest memory of that trip is life's too short. Because before you know it, it's all over and done said. And I remember my grandpa telling me this very vividly. He goes, he's meant it to be a joke, but it wasn't really a joke. But he goes, before you know it, you're 95 years old in an elderly home playing bingo. And that kind of stuck with me, is because I'm always stressing about what I'm gonna do next, and I'm always gonna be stressing about what I'm gonna do for the future. But he told me to focus on the present, what's in front of me, not what's in the future, and not about the past. If I focus more on the past and if I focus more on the future, I'm not gonna focus on myself right now. And that's kind of what it taught me to do, and kind of form myself into an adult, start doing adult decisions, paying bills and stuff like that, and to not worry about what I'm gonna do in the future. So Wichita, Kansas, I was there to see my brother. He just got a new house, new car, basically a bunch of new toys, big pool, lives off a lake. So it was very nice, escaping, college. And I go down there probably a couple times a month, to be honest with you. I go down there just to talk about what's going on in my life. Me and my brother sit down, we talk about life, and you know what? Every single time I'm in surroundings that are new to me, I find that my problems aren't really, that serious. I'm just overthinking it because I got so much on my plate. I have a full-time job, I have college, I have tests, essays, I'm always focusing on what's gonna happen next. But he reminded me that college is the best time of your life, and you're not gonna get those years back. And I was able to find solutions to my problems being around new settings. So I think traveling, kind of keeps you in line. It makes you not stress over the stuff that you're gonna stress over normally if you weren't in a surroundings that you've already mastered. So let's say at home or here in Springfield, where I live mostly. So just going to new places can help you identify problems that are not that serious and help you find solutions to those problems. And so moving on to my favorite place to go is Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Now, my sister, my niece, my nephew, brother-in-law, and my mom, they all live down there, so it's one big happy family down there. It's kind of my most favorite place to go because every single time I get on a plane to go to Florida, I don't know how to really explain it, but I sort of develop this kind of confidence. I kind of understand, I'm more confident about what I do, I'm more confident about what I say, I'm more confident about meeting new people and saying the stuff that I want to say on my mind. But sometimes going to those new surroundings can help you create new conversations with people and meet new people. And I just feel like if you're in a more relaxed state, which traveling does do that, you're going to be more confident in yourself to make decisions and to further yourself for the better. And I've always thought, like, me going to Florida, as I said above, in the first one, at South Carolina, going to those new surroundings, you have to learn to stay relaxed and enjoy the small things. And I think when I go to Florida, I do that exact same thing. I stay relaxed. I stay confident in what I do. When I do homework, I don't stress about. I've stayed there 2 months when COVID hit, and I had finals and stuff like that, and I found it so much more easier to do my work relaxed because I'm in Florida. I mean, what's more relaxing than Florida? Going on a beach, open up your laptop and doing your work, and just staying relaxed and doing your work faster and more efficiently. But so moving on, lastly, I cannot stress this enough. Traveling has literally taught me so many lessons that I would never learn if I did not travel. From enjoying the small things to staying confident about yourself to maturing up to identify that your problems are not that serious and finding solutions to those problems in our new surroundings, and just ultimately being a human being, having a human interaction with someone, traveling, meeting new people, and identifying what's most important in your life. And that's why I chose this topic, and that's why I love traveling, because I wouldn't learn it any other way. And I've learned to mature and be an adult, and that's the most important thing in my life, not relying on my parents to help me and get through those hard times. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a good one.